Good morning, everybody. Welcome back for another video. It has been a very long time since I have filmed a video for this channel. I don't know what happened. It's just like life took over and it got put to the wayside, and I apologize for that, but we have a lot to go over together. A lot has happened since the last time I made a video in the Mounjaro, Wegovy, Ozempic weight loss injection world. So we're gonna dive into all of that today. We have some really good news on the Mounjaro front, which I'm sure most of you have heard of in some form by now. But before we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a little bit of an update on how I am doing. So the last time I took my shot, which was last Friday, so today is Sunday, a week later, which is actually the day that you guys are watching this video. Hopefully I'm gonna get it uploaded today. But I took my shot last Sunday and I actually weighed in at that time like I've been doing on shot day. I do my official weigh-in and I was 173, as you guys can see on that day. And that is about 2.4 pounds lower than I was the previous 2 weeks when I weighed for you guys. I believe I was 174.6. Oh, that's a pound and 1.6 pounds lower than I was the previous time. So about the same, still doing well, maintaining. So really no problems on that front. I'm, just sort of chugging along on this maintenance journey. There was one thing that I wanted to sort of touch on and discuss this morning. It's been something that I have been feeling and noticing probably the last 3 to 4 shots that I've done. And I wanted to make sure that it was a consistent thing before I really brought it up. So a couple of months ago, I actually made a video talking about the darker side of Mounjaro, where I just sort of discussed that some people actually have been getting severely or pretty depressed or down while they take, not specifically Mounjaro. I haven't heard of that, but I have heard of people on Wegovy and Ozempic both just saying that they've felt really down. They've even had some bad thoughts, if you catch my drift. So I made a whole video on that, and there were a lot of people that commented on that video and were like, thank you so much. I'm so thankful that you made this video because I've been feeling this way, or I know somebody that has felt this way. And I really was thankful for that people were entrusting me with that information and that I was able to help somebody by providing the information that nobody at that point really seemed to be talking about. But where I'm going with all of this is that I have noticed pretty much since I started on bi-weekly injections that the first, I would say 3 to 4 days. So usually I take the shot on Friday, and I would say like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, maybe Tuesday, I noticed that I do seem to be not depressed, but down. So sort of unmotivated, not in the best mood, a little more snappy with my husband, and just overall sluggish and not wanting to do a whole lot, like extra tired. I don't remember ever noticing that when I was taking the shots weekly. And I'm not sure if it's just because, I'm allowing it to drain out of my system more before I take another one. And so it's affecting me more in that way. I'm not really sure, but it is something that I've been noticing. So it is definitely something that I am watching. Again, it might be because I take the shot and then I feel full, like literally instantly that super full feeling comes back. And I and not eating a lot because I'm feeling more full. Like that's definitely the time of the cycle where I eat the least amount of food. And that definitely could have something to do with it, that I'm just not eating a whole lot. I'm feeling fuller, so I'm sluggish, not sleeping as well, whatever. But again, it's not something that I noticed when I was taking the shot weekly. So I wanted to bring that up. Overall, it seems to last a few days and then it goes away and I'm my normal self again. So I'm just kind of dealing with it. If it progresses to be something that I am feeling all the time, or if I notice it getting worse, or if I'm having worsening thoughts, then that is definitely something that I will address with my doctor. I do have my physical coming up soon in January. It's currently like mid-November. So, if all else fails, then I definitely will bring it up at that point in November in January when I have my physical, and he does all of my blood work. He'll test my thyroid again and all of that. So that is definitely something that we will discuss at that point, but I wanted to be forthcoming and clear. You guys know that I love to be transparent about my journey and about everything that I'm feeling, because I think that sugarcoating, especially about something like Mounjaro that could, really have bad effects on people as well as awesome effects, is definitely not the way to go. So that is kind of how I'm doing great, holding my weight loss, still doing my normal like walking and eating the same sort of low carbish things, and just chugging along with life. It also has been a full year since I have been on Mounjaro. I went to the doctor on November 17th of 2022 to talk to him about getting on Mounjaro, and have been pretty much on it ever since. So stay tuned, because I'm going to be doing a sort of year recap with all of my photos and all of that within the next probably week or so. So stay tuned for that one. I'm excited. I've been like gathering my pictures and all of that. I'm excited to do that video for you guys. Now, let's switch gears here and talk about the new change that has come in the Mounjaro community, and that is that Mounjaro has officially, as of early November, been approved by the FDA for use as an obesity treatment. It is going to be released under a different name, similar to how Wegovy and Ozempic did. So Ozempic, I believe, is the original, and then Wegovy is like the weight loss approved one, but they're the same thing. So for Mounjaro, the weight loss version is going to be called ZEPBOUND, and that is going to be available within the next couple of weeks. A lot of people are saying sometime early December is when it is going to be available for, consumption by all of us trying to lose weight. Now, there are a few things within the ZEPBOUND pamphlet that I wanted to touch on that were not included in the Mounjaro pamphlet. With it being approved for weight loss, and they have been undergoing these studies over the course of the past year or so, trying to get it ready for approval, and they've done a lot more extensive studies on it versus the Mounjaro, where it was just trying to be approved for diabetes. So with it being with Mounjaro undergoing all of these new studies and new, criteria to be classified as a weight loss drug, there have been a few different side effects that have come to light in these studies that were not necessarily found during the diabetes studies for Mounjaro. And the big one with that is mental health. So the original Mounjaro pamphlet did not include anything about depression or anxiety or unaliving thoughts in the pamphlet in regards to a side effect. It did not include anything with that. The ZEPBOUND does. And that is one thing that I really wanted to make sure that I touched on, because it is something that a lot more people are experiencing. There's been a ton of you that have come forward to me, emailed me, reached out to me separately, and told me that you had, or somebody that had experienced extreme depression on Mounjaro or on Ozempic or Wegovy and have had to stop taking it due to that reason. So in the ZEPBOUND pamphlet, there is a whole section on depression, mental health, and it does state that in the case studies there was individuals that reported depression, anxiety, unaliving thoughts. And so that is listed as a main side effect now. So that is a huge change. So if you are somebody that is, susceptible to these things, or if you are taking Mounjaro and you suddenly feel more depressed or more anxious or whatever, I definitely would reach out to your doctor. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a healthcare professional. I am just sharing my story and sharing everything that I can find about these drugs with you guys. And so I think it's very important that the creators who are talking about these drugs are also being transparent about things that could happen. So that is a definite, huge new change to the Mounjaro approval process that I think everybody needs to be aware of and needs to be watching out for. If you know somebody who's on Mounjaro and you start noticing any difference in their personality, or they're quieter all of a sudden, or they're not wanting to go out or whatever, definitely bring that up to them in a gentle way, obviously, and express your concerns, because if we don't say anything, who knows what could happen. So definitely keep an eye out for that, and you yourself take care of yourself if you are taking Mounjaro. Now, there is going to be a coupon as well for the ZEPBOUND that I think could really benefit a lot of people. Although I read over the coupon and it looks like you have to have insurance that covers ZEPBOUND for it to be the $25. So it's different than the original Mounjaro coupon. The original Mounjaro coupon that I got for $25, it did not have to be approved before you could get it for $25. So it actually was like, if your insurance doesn't approve it, it'll be $25. And it seems to be the opposite for the ZEPBOUND. Also, a lot of insurances are just not covering weight loss regarded medications. My insurance does not. So unfortunately, it is not going to change anything for me because it's not going to cover it. So it should be similar priced. But there is one other thing. It is said that that the ZEPBOUND is going to be about 20% cheaper to purchase out of pocket than Wegovy, Ozempic, or Mounjaro. So I'm wondering if it's going to actually be under $1,000. The Mounjaro, if you purchase it full price, is like $1,400. So maybe it'll be a little bit cheaper. And if that's the case, then it may be a little bit cheaper for me to get it that way because the coupon is similar to the Mounjaro coupon where it will take like the $575 off or whatever if you don't have coverage. So right now I'm paying about $443 for Mounjaro, but I take it, bi-weekly. So that's about $225-ish a month that I'm paying. And so my plan is when the ZEPBOUND comes out, I'm going to sort of evaluate what the price is it worth it for me to switch, that sort of thing. And we will go from there because allegedly it's the exact same ingredient. It's just branded under another name that is branded for weight loss. Again, similar to Ozempic and Wegovy. Now, there was one other thing I was going to touch on. Oh, I do think that this could be very beneficial to people that are on Ozempic or Wegovy and are not having the results that they wish to have. It is no secret that Mounjaro is king in this sort of weight loss injection thing, and that Mounjaro produces significantly better results than Ozempic and Wegovy do. So I think that this could be very beneficial to people that are on Wegovy and are not seeing the results they want. Like my sister. I have a sister who actually works for the state of North Carolina, and so her insurance does cover the Wegovy, and so she pays like $25 a month for it, but she's just not seeing the results that she wants to be seeing. So she's, considering switching to the ZEPBOUND, which I think is awesome. So I think that this approval is going to help a lot of people, and I'm just so excited that the FDA and healthcare professionals and everybody is seeing just how amazing this medication is and how amazing it can be to support the treatment of obesity in the long term. So I'm just so happy for that. I do want to say one more thing here before I sort of say, end this video, and that is that there are so many people who are just not going to be on your side about this, especially if you're on a weight loss injection, but you have to do what's right for you. I've done what's right for me. And I think that everybody, especially in this time in the world, should extend a little bit more grace to anybody that is trying to better themselves in any way. So if you are somebody that is going to, try to attack me or other people in the comments for taking weight loss medication, I'm just going to delete your comment. There's just no point in, talking back to those people. Let's all try to be nice to each other and extend a little bit of grace. So that is my update for you guys today. Let me know your thoughts on Mounjaro finally being approved by the FDA for weight loss. I know that there are so many of us that this is going to help, and I'm so excited to see what this does for the treatment of obesity and sort of watch how it goes over the next couple of years. Thank you so much for watching this video. Stay tuned for my 1-year weight loss transformation video that is going to be coming within the next week or so. Until then, guys, I hope you have a fantastic Thanksgiving, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.